Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to a new vlog. I apologize because I've lost my voice. We actually just got married last weekend and we are officially on our honeymoon. We are currently in Amsterdam. We're gonna hit up some vintage and thrift shops, as many as we can. We've got a lot on the list, but we are heading into one right now called Episode, and I'm super excited to see what we get on this trip. We'll be in Zurich and then we'll be in multiple places in Italy, so let's go.
Episode was the first of many stops. The first thing that caught my eye was their huge selection of slip tanks. We actually ended up going to like 2 or 3 Episode locations, but they all had very similar inventory. Lots of slip tanks and dresses, mini skirts, silk scarves, jackets and coats, and then little random bits all throughout. I ended up finding this really cute orange dress and these baggy denim jeans. The jeans ended up being too small, sadly, because I really loved them. In the moment, I thought that the dress was just okay, but looking back, I actually think that I really like it. Maybe it was the length, I don't know. I loved this slip tank though, I thought it was really cute. And then it was on to the next. This place was a by weight thrift store. I wasn't finding very much, but again, there was lots of outerwear, lots of sweaters, and I just didn't have room in my luggage for anything bulky like that, especially since we had so many more cities to go thrifting in. Next was Penny Lane Vintage. This was more of an upscale resale shop with pretty decent prices in my opinion. This was my favorite store that we went into, but again, I was trying to pace myself and I low-key look back and regret not searching through the store more seriously. They had a great selection, tons of designer silk scarves. They had these really cool Roberto Cavalli pants for 179 euros. I loved the funky snake pattern, but the color wasn't really for me. And I also found this Max Mara tank for 49 euros. I couldn't decide if the M detail on the front was too much or not, but I loved the stripes. I also tried on this burgundy bag and it was a little beat up, so I left it behind, but one thing for sure on my list throughout this entire trip was a good leather bag. Here's the Max Mara tank on, and then I also tried on this dress. I can't remember the brand, but I would have gotten it if it was just a little bit shorter. Next was Kilo, another weight-based thrift store. They had lots and lots of men's items, lots of outerwear, and weirdly enough, a Cardinals jersey. How crazy. But I did also spot a couple designer items. There was this really cute, very classy Valentino dress. I just didn't really have anywhere to wear it, but I do love the color. And I also spotted a Dolce & Gabbana vest, but ultimately I left empty-handed.
Okay guys, it is a couple days later. We have just been popping in and out of vintage and thrift stores this entire trip, but today is our last day in Amsterdam. We are about to stop in somewhere that we just walked right past. It's called Second Life Amsterdam. So that says it's a vintage store, and then we're also going to try to make it to one other one today called Time Machine, I think. So I'm gonna get inside.
Second Life was so cute. I loved their curation. It was very vintage and the prices were not bad at all. I loved this pleated skirt that caught my eye, but I couldn't decide if I should pull the trigger because every time I get a skirt like this, I never end up actually styling them. And then I also found this simple black bag. The shape was something unique and different, and I loved the chain strap, but ultimately I just don't wear that much black, so I passed on that. But they had such a fun collection of things. I had a great time just searching through the store. I loved it. Vintage Fabric was a store that I found on TikTok. One girl describes it as like walking into a Brandy Melville, and that's pretty spot on. It's so organized, you almost can't tell it's a secondhand shop. They had mostly sweaters, button-ups, denims, basics, lots of American brands, so if that's your vibe, I can guarantee that you will find something there. Another upscale vintage store was Golden Years. The prices were a little bit higher than Penny Lane, and in my opinion, not as great of a selection, but still good. I found these white Versace jeans and a really cute pair of striped Fendi pants that were sadly too small. I also tried this denim oversized shirt, which gave me a very Canadian tuxedo, but I kind of liked it. I noticed that I really loved oversized things. I just like to be comfy. Our last stop was Time Machine, and honestly, I found nothing in here. Most of these stores are pretty small and have a very similar inventory to the other ones. Lots of leather jackets, puffer vests, denim. The only thing that was slightly interesting was their shoes, but there wasn't anything that I had a real need for, and again, they're so bulky that putting them in my luggage for the next 2 weeks was going to be difficult. If I'm being honest, the only reason we stayed in here was because it started to rain and we were on a bicycle with insufficient rain gear. However, these Jimmy Choos were super cute for fall. I just didn't love the color, and these Cassidy heels would have been great for a bridal moment, but now that I'm out of my bridal era, I just didn't need them. It's finally time to give you my Amsterdam thrift vintage haul. Let me show you what I got. Both things I got were from the store called Episode. I do believe that there is multiple Episode locations in Amsterdam. We went to 2 or 3 of them, but I realized very quickly that the selection of things in each store is very, very similar. They had lots of leather, denim, and furs everywhere that I went in Amsterdam, which wasn't really what I was shopping for. But Episode had lots of slip dresses, slip tanks, mini skirts, scarves, denim, that kind of vibe, and they was all very, very similar. So I got stuff at the first one and then didn't really get anything else at the other ones. The first thing that I got is this like cute little champagne lace slip tank. I think it's super cute, super basic. I don't have anything like this in my closet, and I need more just like not so boring but basic like shirts, good tops for layering, or something that I can just throw on with jeans and look cute. So I really liked this one. It has adjustable straps. I think the lace is really pretty, and this color will go with basically everything in my closet. This was 12 euros, so not bad at all, and I think it's adorable. And then I also got this 100% silk scarf. I love this orange color. It has these orange stripes and some orange flowers, a little bit of black and white. I just think it's stunning. It's 100% silk. I have been trying to add scarves into my closet because they're so versatile and you can do so many things with them. And we're also going to Italy, so this could get tied around my head. It could be worn as a top. Could do lots of cute things with it. This was pretty affordable too. Oh, I ripped off the tag, I think. I wanna say this was maybe like 15.5 euros or 25 euros, but I think it was 15.5. But it's 100% silk. It's super, super cute, and I really love the pattern. Plus I don't have a scarf in this like orange color. So anyway, like I said, we are in Zurich now. I actually just got done filming a vintage shopping vlog here in Switzerland, and it went really well. So thanks for hanging out, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.